Hello and welcome back to Reignite Your Soul podcast. My name is Laura Plahuta and I am back with you for a new audio blog this week. So welcome back if you've been here before, and if you're brand new, welcome. Today we're going to be diving into the science of meditation, how it rewires your brain for emotional connection and well-being. So meditation is often mistaken for a simple stress relief technique, but its benefits go far beyond temporary relaxation. It's backed by growing research in neuroscience and psychology. Meditation can reshape your brain, enhance emotional regulation, deepen our connection to others, and also help us to feel grounded and at ease in our lives. So if you've been feeling stuck in the grind, disconnected from yourself or your emotions, or caught in repetitive thought loops, meditation may hold a key to a transformation that you're looking to have. So in this guide, in this blog post, we're going to explore how meditation gradually changes your brain, the emotional healing it can support, and how you can start integrating it into your daily life. So inside this article, we're going to move through, number one, who this blog is for, so that you know whether you want to stick it out with us. Number two, why meditation matters for emotional and mental health. Number three, how meditation rewires your brain. Number four, emotional and mental health benefits of meditation. 5, guilt-free meditation techniques for beginners. And then lastly, we're going to dive into some next steps that you can take really to support your healing and your continued connection to yourself, others, and the world around you. So diving into number one, who this blog is for. So this guide is for anybody who is a wellness enthusiast, whether you're feeling a little bit stressed, whether you're on a mental health journey, a wellness journey, you're a coach, or anyone in the process of personal healing, right? Whether you're a complete beginner to meditation or somebody who's tried maybe before but struggled to stick with it, or maybe you've been doing meditation for a long time and you're really wanting to learn a little bit more about the science behind it. So this blog is really designed to meet you with where you're at. So why meditation matters for emotional and mental health. So how often do you feel like you're kind of running on autopilot? You know, like when you're driving home from somewhere and you're like, oh, how did I get home? Sometimes we can go through all of our days and be just moving through this mode of not even being fully conscious of what's happening in front of us, or maybe reacting to stress. Maybe you're feeling triggered a lot by people around you, or maybe your environment or your job or your daily life. Maybe you're overthinking a lot. Maybe you're staying up at night worrying about things and your mind isn't shutting off. Or maybe you're pushing emotions aside just to make it through your day and you're feeling a lot of heaviness, a lot of tension, a lot of tightness in your body. This happens to so many of us. And it's one of the reasons why we wanted to create this blog, because you're most definitely not alone in that. And there is a way out from all of those states. So chronic stress and emotional suppression can take a real toll on our nervous systems and our overall well-being. And meditation creates space to be able to slow down and reconnect with our mind, with our body, and our experience that we're having in life. And over time, it gently trains our mind to respond rather than reacting to things, which has so many benefits to it. So research shows that meditation enhances emotional regulation. It supports having clear thoughts and also helps improve resilience, making it one of the most powerful tools for long-term mental and emotional health, which I might add that we can do at any point throughout our day. We can pop into our car on our lunch break, or we can just take a moment to sit on a park bench, or we can really do it any time. It's just about us creating that space for our practice. So even short, consistent meditation sessions can begin to shift how we feel and relate to the world around us. So how meditation actually rewires your brain. Let's get into this. So while meditation doesn't rewire your brain overnight, right, it does support neuroplasticity. And that is the brain's ability to change and adapt over time. And here's how it affects different brainwave states and the brain regions. So from a high beta to alpha is calming the mind. So most of us spend our days in high beta brainwaves, which is roughly 13 to 30 hertz. And the mental state linked to focus, thinking, and often stress and anxiety, right? So while this is necessary for daily functioning, Constantly being in a high beta can lead to tension, irritability, and mental fatigue. And I really want to stress that all of these states, like there's no inherently bad states. I believe that humans are incredible and that we're just divinely created. It's just the way that we use and operate our system and having an awareness around it so we can create shifts in our lifestyle and the way that we show up in life so that it better suits our overall well-being. So when we do meditation, it really encourages that shift into the alpha waves, right? So from the beta to the alpha. So it helps to slow down those brain waves. So instead of being 13 to 30 hertz, which is a little bit quicker, it's going to then shift into alpha waves, which is from about 8 to 12 hertz, which is associated with a calm yet alert state of mind, right? So this helps to reduce mental noise and worry, improve focus and clarity, create space for emotional awareness. And this is key because a lot of the time we can just identify with ourselves as, oh, I am just a type A personality. I am just like a go-getter. I just have an active mind, or I just have a high, like I'm really good at managing my stress and being in high stress situations, right? But all of it kind of takes a toll over time. So it is possible for all of us to be able to shift out of this. We're just simply in a certain brainwave state, which is keeping us having a certain experience. So when we shift from alpha then to theta, which is slowing it down even more, that really is the deepening awareness and emotional processing. So in deeper meditative states, the brain may move into theta waves, which is from 4 to 8 hertz. So theta is often linked to creativity, emotional insight, and access to subconscious material. While claims about reprogramming the subconscious are kind of a little bit more speculative, the state is known to help surface and process unexpressed emotions gently. So anything that we've kind of shoved in the backpack over time, we haven't really had the time to be able to process, or maybe it was from our childhood when we didn't have a safe environment to be able to process, or our emotions were shut down. It stores until we have the opportunity and we create the environment for ourselves to really be able to allow ourselves to process that. So by doing things like meditation, we give ourselves the opportunity to access theta waves, which then can help, like I said, to bring those unexpressed emotions gently to the surface in a controlled and safe way so that we can process them, helps promote creativity and deeper self-reflection, and also enhances intuition and inner connection. And so I used to think that I wasn't a creative person. And it was a story that I told myself. I mean, I looked at people that were free-spirited and I was just like, oh, they're so light and they just seem to be enjoying life so much more and all of these stories. And it was really just because I didn't understand. And it's one of the reasons why I'm very passionate about sharing this stuff, because I mean, we are all so capable of shifting our states. We just need to have the right tools. So to continue on, I just want to kind of make a little thing here. So for individuals healing from emotional wounds, theta level meditation can create a sense of safety and support emotional release over time. And like we said, this is just a gentle kind of slow release with meditation. So number 3 is delta waves, which is when you're really in that deep restoration state. And when it comes to meditation, this is an advanced practice to be able to get into that state. So if you're not there right away in the beginning, there's nothing wrong with what you're doing for your meditation practice. It really is you're training a muscle to be able to perform, right? And so once we can feel safe enough to be able to release our normal way of being, maybe when we're in beta waves a lot, then we can start exploring and feeling safe in other different states. And then it opens up a whole new way of being for ourselves. So in rare cases, especially among advanced or long-term meditators, the brain may enter delta waves, which is the slowest. So it goes from 0.5 to 4 hertz when it's being measured, which is typically seen in deep dreamless sleep, right? So this is a state that we access when we are sleeping. And so when achieved during meditation, delta activity is linked to deep nervous system restoration and inner stillness. And I love this because this is really when we get to heal ourselves, right? Our bodies have the capabilities to heal ourselves. We just need to have an environment inside our bodies which can facilitate that healing. And so practices like meditation, when you're able to practice it and get to that state, it allows you to be able to, in a controlled way, set up the space so that you can do that deep healing and the restoration. And yoga nidra is really great for that, and also other meditations as well. So some outcomes at this level may include restored physical energy, nervous system rebalance, and a profound sense of peace. And so, like I said, most beginners won't reach delta, and that's totally okay, right? The benefits of meditation unfold gradually, and all levels of practice are amazing. So the emotional and mental health benefits of meditation. So science continues to confirm what many spiritual traditions have taught for centuries. Consistent meditation changes how you feel, how you think, and how you relate to others and the world around us. So here are some key emotional and mental health benefits of meditation. So the first one is to reduce stress and anxiety. Right? So meditation activates the parasympathetic nervous system, our body's ability to really rest and digest and to heal. So it helps to lower our cortisol levels, which is one of our main stress hormones, and it calms the body's stress response. Number 2 is it increases emotional awareness, right? So by creating a pause between the stimulus or the trigger, the stimulus of whatever happens in your environment and the reaction, which is the trigger, meditation helps us to notice our emotions without being overwhelmed by them. And so this increases self-awareness and also emotional intelligence and the ability to process them. Number 3, it supports healthier thinking patterns. So meditation encourages neuroplasticity, which means it helps form new mental habits. So over time, this can reduce negative self-talk and strengthen more empowering beliefs and responses. Number 4, it enhances empathy and connection. So studies show that meditation can enhance activity in brain regions associated with empathy, such as the medial prefrontal cortex, and even increased gamma wave activity, which is associated with feelings of compassion and loving kindness. And number 5, it may support trauma healing with care. So while meditation can help process difficult emotions, it's really important to approach trauma healing specifically with a gentle, trauma-sensitive methods. So if you have a trauma history, guided practices with a qualified practitioner are recommended to avoid overwhelm or reactivation of any past experiences you've been through. So next we're going to dive into some guilt-free meditation techniques for beginners. And we say guilt-free because there's no right or wrong way to meditation, kind of like we've explained. It's really just about being present with where you're at and then being consistent with it so you can experience the benefits of it. So you don't need to have a silent mind to meditate. You don't need to have a perfect space to meditate, and you don't need really long hours of practice to benefit from a meditation. All you need is a willingness to show up, even if it's for a few minutes at a time. So here are some beginner-friendly techniques that make meditation more accessible for you. So the first one is breath awareness. So simply taking a moment for yourself and being able to focus on your breath, right? Focus gently on your inhale as you breathe in, and on your exhale as you breathe out. If it works for you, you can count each breath, and that can help you really anchor your intention. So potentially breathing in for 4, holding it up at the top for 4, exhaling for 4, and then holding it on empty for 4. And you can tell even just by me doing that, even my energy slowed down, right? So it definitely works. So guided meditations are amazing, right? We can use apps or recordings with soothing guidance, which is great when your mind feels too busy to focus on your own. So if you're not wanting to be able to sit there and count with your own breath, then having somebody that's guiding the meditation is also a really great way for us to be able to practice meditation. Another one is body scans. So slowly scanning your body from head to toe, noticing and releasing areas of tension, or where you're kind of like holding energy or emotions. And so that's an amazing practice. You can also do mantras or affirmations. So repeating a phrase that resonates with you, such as I am safe, or one that I love is it's okay to feel this way. And just sitting with those words and allowing it to create a new experience in your body. Next one is movement meditation. So gentle yoga, mindful walking, or even stretching with awareness can be a meditative practice when done with presence. So starting with just 5 to 10 minutes a day and see how you feel with that, build from there. Consistency matters 100% more than the actual duration of it. And I mean, once you start and you notice the shifts that you're having, it becomes like something that you want to create space for and do more because you just feel better with it. So know that you're worthy and deserving of both creating that space for yourself as well as being able to feel so good. So some next steps toward healing and connection. So like we said, meditation is not a quick fix, but it is a lifelong companion on our journey to emotional resilience, to mental clarity, and to really deepen self-love. So if you're ready to explore the practice, we do have some free guided meditations on here that we'll link here. That's designed for real life and not for perfection. So just know that you deserve to feel calm, you deserve to feel clear and connected, one breath at a time. So if you are ready to go a little bit deeper, we do have a newsletter for holistic healing tools, emotional clearing tips, and transformational resources to support your well-being, mind, body, and spirit. So we'll link that below as well if you do want to join. But thank you so much for being here with us for another audio blog. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. If you have any questions or anything that you want to share, feel free to comment them either in the blog or in the podcast. And we look forward to connecting with you. Hope that you enjoyed this and received some value from it. Would love to hear as well, like what your biggest takeaway from this was, maybe something that you're going to implement. You're going to start trying a consistent meditation practice or expanding your meditation practice. We would love to hear. And if you know anybody that you feel would value from this, then please feel free to share it with them. And if you want to subscribe to our newsletter, like I said, we would love to have you there, part of our community. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you on another audio blog. Ciao.